opens on a new college basketball season in Charlottesville. A different cast and a different man at the controls for UVA. But the standards, the excitement, it's unchanged as the Cavs collide with Campbell to kick off the year. He's Mac McCarthy. I'm Corey Spector. Thanks so much for joining us from John Paul Jones Arena. Well, the college basketball world was stunned to learn 20 days ago that Tony Bennett would retire after 15 years as the Cavaliers head coach. And Mac, he meant so much to this program. Kofi setting up. Battling Dugan. Buchanan, thunderous jam. Motion offense here for the Cavs. Clark downhill. Oh, what a move. Swimming and skating for two, and a timeout for Coach Woods. Cameron Brown, he's got some shimmy to him, and he's blocked away. Ames with a paste on the backboard. Here's Latson weaving in on a kick. They're looking for threes. They get one from Bowles. Ring it up. It's 11-0 for the Garnet and Gold. Rhodey dashes into the paint. Kofi, McNeely, and Power lines it up and buries it. Oh, look at this hedge off the screen. They're getting the ball away from Cremealy. Down low, Abigor stuffed inside. Lattimore, second shot again. Get it out of there. Now 5 for 26 from 3 on the season. Now Smuda wants to go to work. Hunting her own shot. Oh. Yes, ma'am. Clark zipping ahead. Runner doesn't go. Rebound for Coppin State. It's Warley plucking it down. $1:20 to play here in the fourth. Lawrence again. Spinorama. Layup gets the kind roll. What a shot from Lawrence. 14-point lead for UVA over Maryland Eastern Shore as we continue to celebrate the holidays. Santa Claus is from the North Pole, but clearly he's a southpaw. Right to the rack, and the finish for Santa. Coppin State has to go here. Three is blocked from Johnson, retrieved by Clark. Coppin State will not foul, and the Cavaliers release the tension in this building. The holiday season has arrived at the perfect time for Virginia as the Cavaliers are looking to purchase a couple late stocking stuffers before conference play resumes. Tonight, the Hoos host Maryland Eastern Shore out of the MEAC. With Mac McCarthy, I'm Corey Spector. Thanks so much for being with us on your Tuesday night. Maryland Eastern Shore has lost 5 consecutive games. Virginia has dropped its last 4. So, Dr. McCarthy, how would you alleviate these ailments for both teams?
Well, you've diagnosed it pretty well.
Yeah, huge to get Clark back after missing a couple of games. The ultimate elixir, though, for UVA, Kamora Johnson. The Cavaliers fans had to wait an extra 48 hours, but the juice, the energy, it is palpable here inside of John Paul Jones Arena. And through 20 minutes, the host Hoos with a 9-point lead over the Campbell Camels. With Mac McCarthy, Corey Spector with you. Thanks so much for being with us on your hump day here on Wednesday. Camels inside JPJ. Mac, what were some of your takeaways of the first half?
Well, we talked about Virginia's offense being a little bit more proactive in seeking out early shots, regardless of the shot clock. Maybe not as much mover blocker. We showed you some ball screen action. We showed you some open middle back cuts. But again, the defense is why they're winning. They shot a really good percentage, 64%. Campbell only 40%. And we mentioned they're a good offensive team.
And if the Camels want to stay within an arm's length of UVA, what needs to happen here in the second half?
Execute. They've got to play together. They're not going to beat Virginia one-on-one.
Starters back out there for both squads. Corner 3, Dorsey off the mark. And off the deflection, here is Isaac McNeely, who had 5 points in the first half. Cavaliers led by Jacob Kofi, the freshman, with 10.
And Virginia really shared the ball handling duties, but Rhodey did a good job. 4 assists in 16 minutes, took care of the basketball.
Elijah Saunders, nicely done on the teardrop.
Nice size advantage right there. Dorsey only 6'5". Saunders laughing as he goes back down to court. He enjoyed that little one-on-one move.
Hey, what's the potential of this Cavaliers big lineup this year?
Well, I think it's really important because, Coach Sanchez talked about rebounding and the importance of that. It gives you that, plus contesting shots. I just think they really have a lot of different weapons.
Well, because of all of that size, the Camels only with 9 rebounds so far in the game. The Cavaliers now with 17.
And the rebounds were tied at 9-9, and the Cavaliers got the next 6.
Camels at 1-0 on the season beat D3 Pfeiffer on Monday 96-49. A Camels team that was picked 13th out of 14 in the CAA preseason poll, but a lot of transfers augmenting this roster for Coach McGeehan this year. Off the screen, Gregory looking for an option. It's Vander Heiden who hoists and nails.
The honcho.
You know what this Camels offense reminds me of, Mac? You go back to the old Chicago Bulls with Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah. They played a lot out of the 5 in that offense, and the Camels do the exact same. I know Joakim Noah didn't take a 3 like Vander Heiden did, but similar.
You're showing your youth. The old Bulls.
The old Bulls.
Like the old Bulls might be Jordan and Pippen. Where you get the ball, get 2 on the ball, kick it out. Vander Heiden doing what he was brought there to do. Offense flowing through him.
You thought I'd bring out Artis Gilmore when I said old Bulls?
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure about Derrick Rose, though.
He just retired. Come on. 39-29, UVA over Campbell. Gregory couldn't snare the pass there from Vander Heiden. Again, it's 23 in black with the ball a whole bunch for Coach McGeehan's team. Buchanan makes a tough contested catch and fouled going up.
Buchanan is being a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end, too. You've seen him put the ball on the floor. You've seen him make some nice passes, and this time he gets to go to the free throw line.
If he is to make a massive jump from year 1 to year 2, what are some of the things he needs to do?
Well, he's doing the one thing. He's already getting bigger and stronger. You can see a difference in him already. And the next is consistency and being able to, he can step out and shoot the basketball, and we haven't really seen much of that. I don't mean the 3 necessarily, but step up to the free throw line.
Here's our Week 11 ACC Network football lineup. It begins Friday night with a matchup of 4 and 4 teams at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Cal taking on Wake Forest. And Saturday, NC State hosts Duke and Raleigh at 3:30 Eastern, followed by number 23 Pitt and Virginia at 8. Each game is also available on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. Cavs by a dozen. Jason Sinani, the one returner in the starting lineup this season. He was the small forward to begin last year, but moved to the point guard spot, giving a breather to Anthony Del Orso, who transferred to Arizona.
And Sinani has struggled tonight. He's a much better player than you're seeing. He is scoreless and has turned the ball over several times, too, including that last possession.
He's played the most minutes of any Camel, 21. And no Camel played over 20 minutes in the game against Pfeiffer on Monday. They got a lot of bodies in, 13 in the first half. And now taking on this Cavaliers team that they've never faced before. Saunders featured early and often here in the second half, but can't get by Dugan and gives it away. There is Sinani. You can see him with the bright pink sneakers. No shot here. Foul on UVA.
Yeah, Saunders got stifled at the other end by Dugan. Couldn't make that one-on-one move he did the time before. Watch the body right here. And then the steal. Sinani going the other way, and the foul on Rhodey.
That's the second on Rhodey. Get it in for Vander Heiden.
Rhodey kind of keeps the offense flowing. Like I said, even though he hadn't been really productive from a point standpoint, he does have 4 assists, and I thought the offense flowed when he was at the point guard spot.
Well, they don't have Elijah Gertrude, who suffered an accident on a scooter in the offseason. He's done for the season. Reese Beekman, of course, has gone on to the NBA, signing a 2-way deal with the Golden State Warriors. So Andrew Rhodey is going to have the ball a whole lot here in 2024-25.
And I feel good about that if I'm the Virginia coaches. I think he really can handle that position.
The former Tommy of St. Thomas, Summit League Freshman of the Year a couple of years ago, now in year 2 with the Hoos. Gregory, who is stronger than he appears, and a loose ball foul will stay here.
Hey, Gregory didn't get much going in the first half either. He's a talented guy that they're really counting on. He made 1 3 in that first half. He should be a consistent double-figure scorer for Coach McGee. And
comes in from St. Francis. He had 15 points in a game against Ohio State, his 9th ever game of college.
And there goes Sinani, and he's a guy that you don't want to let him get going.
Now Camels are using some extra pressure. Oh, Saunders just palming it in. He got way above the rim.
Right through all the contact from Vanderheyden.
Saunders at the line for 1 shot.
That's why the coaches were so excited about Mr. Saunders.
Well, he's a guy who you would normally slate as a stretch 4 in today's college basketball. But if he's your 3 in some lineups, that's a lot of beef and a lot of strength.
Yeah, when you go in there with Power, Saunders, and Buchanan in the starting lineup, he's going to be bigger and stronger than almost all the 3 men he's going to play against.
Frank showing off the moves. Dugan as the shot clock is winding down, and there is Saunders on a trampoline.
Yeah, that was a good possession for Campbell. But again, Virginia coming down with the rebound, not allowing any second shots.
Timer down to single digits. McNeely wants the ISO against Dorsey. McNeely rifles one to the far side, and here is the floater from Saunders. Front rim and off. Camels down to 39% from the field. Kofi couldn't come up with it. Frank takes the 3. Nylon.
I think to play for Coach McGee, you've got to be able to shoot the 3.
9 for 18 from beyond the arc tonight for the Camels.
Tell us Frank's son.
Played for Western Kentucky way back when. Frank draws a crowd. Gregory inches closer for the Camels.
Hanging around. A really nice play right there. Ball into the paint, out for the 3.
Mac, I go back to the comments from Coach McGeehan during our meeting last week. We have more talent in our gym than people realize.
Yeah, and coaches don't talk like that.
Yeah. And it's the season of optimism for everybody. As McNeely uncorks, pinballs out, Sinani is there. But there is a confidence about this Camel squad this season, off 3 straight 8-win records in conference play, but they think they can take a significant jump.
Yeah, and I agree.
Dugan ready to shoot, offers it up for Dorsey.
Dorsey, such a quick release.
Started his career at New Mexico, then a couple of years at Holy Cross. Saunders wants to go to work. Offensive foul. How about the play from Dorsey?